Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video, we are joined by Matt Dixon, the CEO of EVI, to do some charting, a professional trader with over 18 years experience, professional trading. It's fantastic to welcome him to the show. Now, if you like this sort of content and you want to support the channel and or EVI, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video. And don't forget to jump in our Discord, free to join. Would love to have you there. A fantastic place to chat with like-minded individuals about the cryptocurrencies you love 24/7. And we also have a Patreon service, which is a membership section on Patreon. We have 2 AMAs a week, live AMAs, a bit like Teams meetings with Nick and myself, where we, you guys can ask us anything and we chat about trades and all that sort of wonderful stuff. We also have our buy, sell and staking alert, so do check that out if that's of any interest. Again, the link is in the description of the video. But let's get down to the desktop. Let's chat with Matt.
Great. Welcome, Cheeky Crypto community. Thank you for having me again. Pleasure to be here. Hope you've been finding it useful over the past few weeks. I think we've got it right more often than not, so hopefully it is helpful to you. So just a quick look at the big one, starting with Bitcoin again. And what I'm going to do today, just run through 3 of the main cryptos, obviously cover 𝗕𝗄𝗧𝗏 because that seems to be everybody's favorite. Just look at the big picture, and then we're going to get Vern in. He's our media guy. He's going to actually run through the platform, how you can get the best use out of the platform. As I said last week, we're doing loads more development. It's going to be really exciting, the things that are coming through, but even now it's a powerful platform, so it'll be good to have Vern in just to give you a run through and hopefully ensure you get best use out of it. So just looking at the big picture here on Bitcoin, looking at 4 hour, but I've sort of zoomed it out quite a bit so you can see the big picture, and you'll see that it looks like a big head and shoulders. So you can see the big head up there at the top, a shoulder there on the left, and interestingly, you'll see the shoulder on the right, which is marked by this X, is actually slightly lower than the left shoulder. That's actually quite a bearish sign in itself. When you see a head and shoulders and the right shoulder is lower, that's normally quite a bearish sign. So it was another indicator that the market was in corrective mode. And then if you remember, we invalidated. I was hoping it would bounce back up from here. It didn't. We invalidated and dipped below. So yeah, we now have to go with the bearish interpretation. So with that being the case, we've had A, B, W, and then we have some kind of X wave, which is an ABX wave. And then I would expect it will finish with an ABY. That's called a 333 correction. So we completed the A wave down, which looks, most probably, can't really tell from this view whether it's a 3 or a 5 wave. Doesn't really matter that much. So we've completed the A wave, and the A wave was 0.786 times this first A wave. So it was a good Fibonacci relationship. You can see there 0.786 on the left. Slightly different on Ethereum. It's actually a full 100%, but same sort of chart pattern, but just slightly different Fib relationships. So we've got the end of the A wave here. Now, I personally favor that the B wave isn't complete. So we had from this big A wave down, we get a small A wave up, which isn't labeled, but I would call that a small A. And personally, I would label this as a small B wave down. And I think we're going to get a small C wave up to finish a small A, B, C, which would be the bigger B wave here, which I've got labeled. That's my preference, what I'd like to see. But I can't really tell. It's quite difficult to tell with this A wave. And I have tried to look at shorter time scales to see if I can count this as a 5 wave, a clear 5 wave move or not. But if it's a 3 wave move, then we'd had 3 up, 3 down, and we're going to get, I would think we're going to get 5 up. But to be honest, it's just not quite clear. But what I've said anyway, I don't normally buy B waves because a B wave is a very irregular wave, and that's why I'm having trouble counting it at the moment. Even when I scroll down to shorter time frames, I probably need to spend a bit more time. I'm sure I could unravel it and probably should do. I'll probably do that and put a tweet out. So I'll try to unravel this to identify where we are, but whichever way, I wouldn't be buying this market at the moment. We're either going to head down from here, or we're just going to head up a little bit, then further down. That's my interpretation right now. So that would complete the head and shoulders a lot more. So that would mean that's potentially coming all the way down to the base of this shoulder here, potentially a lot lower. And that would be very much in line with this WX and then ABY correction down. So that's the big picture on Bitcoin. I'm going to just jump to Ethereum before we head to 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗑. So with Ethereum, again, a very similar picture there, head and shoulders with a lower right shoulder, and we've got a WX. The X wave here appears to be some kind of wedge. The other one was just an ABC. This is some kind of wedge, A, B, C, D, E. And the E wave itself was also a triangle or a wedge itself, which again was made up of A, B, C, D, E. Triangle being a pre-terminal move, meaning it's the move before the final cycle down. So the final cycle could have either have been complete here as a 5-wave move down, but if it is WXY, you'd expect 3-wave move out of the X waves. That would be the A working on a B and then a C wave down. So what I've shown here is, and again, there's no 100% certainty, but either the B wave could be complete here. So that would be, again, just to recap, WX, and then there'll be ABY. So the B wave could be complete here, or you could be working on a smaller, more complicated, where it would be a small A, small B, small C to complete the B wave here. So that's again why I wouldn't be comfortable buying this market, because I don't know whether it's going to go to B or whether this is just the beginning of the next wave down, the next Y wave down. So we could have a 1, 2, this could potentially be a 3, although I did look at the Fibonacci relationship here, and if this was a wave 3, it's not up to 1.618 times this first wave here, which would be a wave 1. So that, for me, invalidates it being wave 3. So I'm actually still expecting a little bit of a move up here, which I've got this B question mark. It's certainly a possibility. So again, I'd be staying out of the market, keep your powder dry, wait for better places to buy the market, because whether we're going to go up a little bit or whether we're going to go down from here, there should certainly be better buy opportunities lower down. And then for me personally, I'm just going to finish on the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗑, which is really... it's worked very, very well. We were at somewhere near the top of here last week, and I said it looks as though this count is complete. So we had a very clear from the top here, where I've got it labeled that O for the start, just origin basically. And I've got an ABC A wave, got an ABC B wave, and I've got a C wave down, completing a larger big wave A. And then we've got it's an A wave here, and the reason I know it's an A and not a 1, I remember going through this in a previous episode, that this is a wedge, a triangle here, and you cannot have triangle in a wave 2 position. So I know that it's actually a wave B, not a wave 2, which tells me that once again this is a corrective move up. So that gave me a great clue to tell me that the move down here was corrective, but the move up was also corrective, meaning that we're still going to get another move down to complete the correction, because the correction is a 333. It's either a 333 or a flat correction, which again is 3, 3, 5. That would mean we're going to get a 5-wave move down. Or if it's a 333, it's a WXY, which would be a 333. But either way, we're expecting move down. I would say we're going to get somewhere near this low here, and possibly even beyond, but somewhere around, if it's a regular flat correction, somewhere around that. So much, much lower. So from last week, we were at 38 cents, and we're down at 28 cents. We're 25% lower. So if you'd followed the trading last week, I said we're just about at the top. You don't take longs. I don't personally sell short in these markets anyway, but you'd still, if you're out of the market, you've saved yourself 25%. Whilst we may get some shorter term recovery, the slightly longer term outlook is that we are going to head down. But as I said, the really positive and the silver lining in this cloud is that this is all corrective from this move here. It's all corrective. So it's ABC down, ABC up, and some kind of move down here. But because it's ABC or WXY, it means it's corrective. That means that following this low point here, wherever it is, we're going to rise to new all-time highs. So if you are stuck long in this market, and maybe if you're running a losing position or whatever, you can either exit and re-enter later, just take your loss, or just not worry about it and think, I'm in this for the long term. I'm in here for the rewards I can get. Maybe you're getting staking rewards or whatever. You can just stay in it long term, because the longer term outlook, and it's not that long, we're talking a couple of months away maybe, you're going to be looking at a new high, I believe, on this market. So this correction will complete down here somewhere, and then we're going to blast much higher. So for me, I'm certainly out of one now, and I'm waiting for a better opportunity to buy in lower down. But if you're in there staking, don't worry about it. I think the outlook is that we're going to head to new highs on that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run and get Vern. He's going to tell you a little bit more about the eBay platform, because I think I said last week, I actually marry the two, and I use the wave count to tell me the overall direction of the market. Then I use the EVI to actually identify the right assets to buy. And I'll get Vern now.
Hi, my name is Vernon Ward. I'm the editor-in-chief here at EVI. Hi, guys.
Hey, you're right.
It's great to join you. I'm just going to give you a quick intro to the EVI ratings for anyone that's kind of new to crypto or wants to find out more about how to access completely unbiased ratings powered by AI and machine learning. What you would do is completely free to use. You'd come to the platform, which is EVI.io. There's some landing page information there, which has got some information about the staking and the platform, how it works. Once you've had a read through and you're happy, click Launch App, and it will take you straight through to the dashboard. Now, the dashboard is a lot like some of the other leading sites you may have seen. It has all of the crucial information that you need, market cap, volume, and that sort of thing. And what you will see is next to each asset is a rating. Now, the rating that's allocated to that asset, just to give everyone a quick background on how it works, the AI and the machine learning is powered by academically peer-reviewed research based on 30 years of experience. Our Chief Research Officer, Professor Andros Gregorio, was advisor to the Bank of England and has worked in finance for many, many years. Him and the research team and Matthew put together the peer-reviewed academic research that goes into powering the AI and the machine learning that assesses each asset. And as Matt will attest to, the 2008 financial crash was caused by biased ratings. Watched an interview earlier actually, which zoned in on that very fact, that without the kind of greed of biased rating agencies leading up to 2008, that crash couldn't have happened. The buck stopped with the ratings agencies. So the importance of unbiased ratings is crucial, especially as this new asset class comes out. So every asset is analyzed daily against each of these power factors. There's 9 main power factors, and then there's a further range of power factors that each asset is scrutinized against. So each asset is evaluated by unbiased AI and machine learning, and based on its performance, the AI and the machine learning will award a rating. At the moment, those ratings are updated daily. There are plans to get that window down to potentially 4 hours. We could make it quicker than that, but it's a huge amount of data, and I don't think at this point it needs to be any shorter than 4 hours. But the dev team are definitely looking into bringing it down to that. At the moment, it's they're updated daily. So if we go back to the front page, what you've got here is the assets listed and the ratings. So how would I use this if I'm a new investor? I would go onto the platform. If I was sort of trading, if I was day trading, what I would do is I would look for assets that had jumped one place, but more than likely 2 places, because I'd want a relatively significant increase before I evaluated that asset further. So if if you found an asset that has jumped 2 or more places, what you would want to do is you would want to open a chart and have a look at where that price action is at that point. Because what generally happens is the AI and the machine learning will pick out indicators ahead of the market. And if it's increased that rating and the price hasn't yet moved, there's a very good indication that that price is going to pump. So I would look for assets that have jumped 2 or more places. As you can see, next to each rating is what the rating was yesterday. Sometimes they don't move, sometimes they keep steady, sometimes they decrease, in which case it could be a short position potentially. But you can see what the ratings were yesterday, and you can organize, you can organize the ratings by clicking on the current EVI rating, and it will organize them top to bottom. So this one, 𝗕𝗓𝗪, was B1, and it's gone up to an A2. So that's a great rating. I'd look to evaluate that. 𝗕𝗚𝗠𝗠𝗘𝗥𝗦, that's had another jump. So all of these I would start to evaluate. So that's on a day trading type of situation. If I was looking to hodl and I was brand new to crypto, don't know much about it, I just want to know what is a safe asset and what to put my investment into to hold long term. So what we've put into the platform is we have a filter button, and I would want to look for A3, B1. B1's good. And I would look over, say, the last month. So this is going to give you the mean rating for all of these assets over time. I would want to look at, let's say, an A3. So Luna's been great. Obviously, it's been a rocky market recently. We will have the data over, when we hit a year, the MVP went live in April. So we're permanently collecting this historic data. Once we've hit that year benchmark, we'll have a full year to kind of work from. The development is ongoing, and there's, you know, it's incredibly exciting what we've got coming up. In the meantime, we've recently launched the EVI stable fund for people that you know want to get access to crypto investment, but with minimal risk. So that gives a 15% APY and a 10% bonus at the end of each year. But then for trading and for hodling, use the platform. It's entirely free to use, and it's there to democratize the landscape. So, you know, I'd just ask everyone, log on, have a look, check out the ratings daily, and use that as part of your research. I mean, everyone in the industry says, do your own research. We say that too. It's vitally important that you know what you're investing in, and we are there to help inform those decisions.
So yeah, thanks.
Fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, Vern. I know that the Cheeky Crypto guys, Chris and Nick, often actually drill down into individual assets as well, and the platform gives you the facility to drill down and look at individual indicators. So as Vern said, you've got 9 power factors, 9 main power factors, and we're actually looking to increase that as we identify, and we can actually use our artificial intelligence to identify factors that influence future price movements. And there's actually a number that are being worked on at the moment, being researched. And you can drill down and look at individual factors. So some traders might want to focus on a particular type of indicator, maybe more on sentiment. So every trader is different in their own, you know, they have their own particular techniques. And this platform allows you to actually hone in on your particular trading type. And as Vern said, we'll also look at different timescales. So currently we're updating daily. This was originally designed as a long-term identifier of true underlying value. But what we've actually found is it has short-term predictive capability. So whilst we're doing daily now, we will actually be rolling out 4-hour in the relatively near future. And we're also looking at further classification models that will help people discern between different assets, which ones are better, and so on. So there's loads more to come, but I hope you find it useful. And thank you, Vern, for showing so far.
No worries. I did just want to add, when you sign up for a free account, you can log in there and you can start to build your own dashboards as well. So whichever assets you're looking at, you can create a bespoke dashboard for that asset. We are in talks with TradingView at the moment as well to increase the timeframes. So you'll be able to get the minute, 15-minute, 30-minute charts and all of that. At the moment, that's limited in there, but we will soon be launching the full TradingView version. Also, each asset will have a secondary page, so you'll soon be able to click through to the secondary page, and like you find on many of the leading platforms, you'll have all the information about the project, price movement, and links, ether scans, all of that sort of vital information you'll have access to as well. So it'll all be in one. And then very, very shortly, we're going to be unveiling our EVI Active Fund, which is the fund whereby the AI and the machine learning will automatically and dynamically open and close positions based on the ratings. So investors will be able to take that money, put it into the fund, and the AI and the machine learning will constantly rebalance that portfolio. And the results have been fairly alarming, I can say. So it's going to be quite a game changer when that launches. So there's a lot of interesting things happening, and it's all about having an academic, peer-reviewed research approach to this to make sure that it is as efficient as possible.
Yeah, I think the viewers have seen us using it like regularly, being able to break down like fear and greed, for example, as an index. You can do that at project level rather than having the overall that we tend to sort of see posted on Twitter. So yeah, really powerful stuff, and it's helped us pick out some fantastic projects as well, which is really good.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. I think there's 1,000 assets on there at the moment. We will scale up and there will be the full range on there. But you must have found this as well. What becomes very compelling is when you've got a huge amount of assets, you know all the main players generally. But then once you open up a list, which is a huge list of assets, but you've got the rating next to them, when you start seeing those green ratings leaping out of the list, you would ordinarily sort of miss those. But because you've got the rating there, it sparks interest, and you think, actually, what is this asset, and where's that come from, and where is that in its price point? And it starts leading down some very compelling routes.
Yeah, I mean, it's for some projects, it's where we've stumbled across a project and then we've gone and done some research and been really surprised because we've never heard of it before. It's got a really small following, and then bam, thousands of percent in gains in a matter of months. So yeah, it's really powerful. A great starting block from my point of view when looking at projects. So yes, it's part of my research now.
Excellent. It's great to hear it. And it's just about empowering investors to make, more informed decisions. And one of the greatest things about the crypto community is it's so inclusive, it's so supportive, and it's about, carrying that on and just empowering people, sharing that knowledge.
Fantastic.
So that was fantastic. Thanks, Matt. Really appreciate your time, and obviously being able to go through the charts with us. Do let us know in the comments below what you would like Matt to chart next week. Really interested to get your views and opinions and find out exactly what you'd like him to chart, and then obviously we'll feed that into Matt at EVI. So yeah, if you enjoyed the content, mash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.